If you've ever felt like what you're doing, the way that you're doing something isn't fitting in, it isn't what the world expects of you, that is completely okay. We're going to be talking today about how your own alignment doesn't always make sense to other people. Sometimes we do things and we think, oh my gosh, I'm really being out there. Or maybe people make comments. I've had this my entire life within my family, especially saying things to me like, oh, you're just different. This is just your way of doing things. It's weird. It's strange. And when I was younger, it used to bother me a lot. And now I kind of even bring it up. I'm like, yep, I'm doing it my way. It's an Ashaism. It's Asha's way of doing things because I realize that the alignment that we feel within us is the most important. It may not make sense to other people, but that's okay. So if you felt that way, this video is definitely for you today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Dr. Asha. There comes a point in time where we've got to stop letting the opinions of other people dictate what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. Sure. Is it important of what other people think, those loved ones around us? It is important to us. Of course it is, for the sense of acknowledgement and acceptance. However, at the end of the day, the bottom line is if it doesn't feel right to you and it doesn't feel in alignment with what you are intending to do and who you are, then it's not going to be authentic to you and you only. Okay. This is a very big distinction. And I'm going to tell you something. When you are doing things out of alignment, always for someone else's approval, always to prove something to someone else, it is going to exhaust you. It's going to make you so tired. And people will try to tell you, you need to be doing it this way. You need to be doing it that way. And ultimately, you've got to listen to that brilliant inner wisdom that we all have within us. We've got to learn to listen to that voice inside that says, you know what? No, this is the way I need to be doing this. This is what's authentically me and in alignment with what I stand for. Your alignment is not going to look like anybody else's, okay? Um, you know, Listen to those quiet wins. I know this may seem this is a silly example probably, but just think about it for a moment. Think about you closing your laptop, you're being done with your work at 4 o'clock one day. And, to the outside world, maybe to your colleagues, maybe to, whomever, your customers, whatever, they think, what is this? This person's lazy. Why are they leaving so early? It's not the end of the day yet. But inside, you are so proud of yourself that you have set a boundary to leave early one day a week because you need some downtime, or you want to go take up your hobby, or you want to go work out, or you want to meet with friends, whatever it is, it does not matter. But this is quietly a win for you, regardless of what anybody else thinks or says. See, what the problem is that a lot of times we measure our success by what other people think, what other people's opinions are, by how many hours that we work. It's kind of like this badge of honor that I work so much, I'm working all the time. It's great. One of the things I do advise, and I hope that everybody gets this opportunity, is to love what you do. And if you don't love what you do, find something find something new, find something else. And if that's not possible, at least have a hobby, something that feeds your soul to help you feel alive. Because being in alignment and doing things that are in alignment with who we are is ultimately the most important thing. That's how we can define success. That's how we can go to bed at night and feel like we've accomplished a lot throughout the day. It's very important that we start to listen to these quiet wins when we're doing something that aligns with who we are and what we're wanting to do, what we're wanting to change, maybe making healthier choices in your life, creating more balance in your life, whatever it may be. We've got to see it through our eyes and not so much through what other people think about what we're doing. Ask you a question, and I want you to ask yourself this. The next time that you're feeling overwhelmed or you've got that never ending to-do list, what would enough look like today? I know that question may make you uncomfortable maybe, but what would enough look like today? We have been programmed and taught to just think that we need to finish everything today, everything right now. But that's not true. This is a mindset shift that we can actually teach ourselves, that it's not about finishing everything to feel accomplished or to feel like we've won the day. What would enough look like for you today? Stop and ask yourself that question. It might surprise you the answer that you might come up with. It doesn't look like, I'm going to tell you what it doesn't, more than likely doesn't look like. It doesn't look like staying up all night, working till you're just trying, barely staying awake. It doesn't look like that. It looks like, saying no to the things that you want to say no to, having set boundaries of the times that you want to work, creating space and downtime for yourself whenever you're wanting to, taking breaks when we want to. So let's stop having these lists, these never ending lists, and these perceived obligations robbing us from our peace from day to day. I mean, there is no reason why we need to allow that to happen. And it's all in our hands. I know that it can feel a little bit scary whenever you're letting go of a goal. Letting go of a goal is not quitting. Now, sometimes you have to recalibrate, and sometimes something that you set out to accomplish or to do, the timing is not right, or that you're not able to give it your full focus. I remember I had this happen to me several years ago when I was writing a book, which is still not finished, by the way. And I don't feel guilty about it because I know that there'll come a time where I will finish that. But at the time, I was forcing myself to write a book that I mentally and emotionally just was not ready to do. And my editor at the time was really pushing me hard. We've got to get this done. We've got, you've got to get this and I need to see these chapters or this or whatever. And it just so happened that after a few months of that and of me not really getting through it, I mean, it was really painful. He said to me, he said, is this the book that we need to write right now? Is this something that needs to be addressed right now? What's really on your mind? And what happened is I did a shift. I did a pivot and I ended up writing The Chrysalis Awakening, which is a book that I wrote during the pandemic. That was the information that I needed to share at that time with my readers. And it's not that, and that other book is still sitting there. The ideas are there, the outlines are there, everything. And I know that I will pick it up again one day. But it's not about letting go of that goal. If I had forced myself to do it, it would not have been a good product. The outcome would not have been good. It would have been forced. I wouldn't have been happy with it. But I did not see it as quitting. So I want to get this across to you because we are taught that, you set a goal, you accomplish it, and that's what you do. You can course correct. It's not about quitting. It's about realigning, aligning with what is at hand right now, where you are right now, trusting that the priorities that you have right now and whatever's coming up for you is exactly what you need to be working on. Nothing more, nothing less. And this is going to help you in letting go of that guilty feeling. Maybe you've been taught to always reach your goals, always complete everything. It's not necessary if it's not in alignment with what you want to do. It's about recalibrating along the way. It's not about just pushing through. It's about recalibrating and knowing when you need to course correct and when you need to turn left instead of right. And that is completely okay. I know real alignment can look boring on the outside. It's nothing flashy. It's most of the time that alignment is taking place within. It's a conversation that you're having within yourself, with yourself. It's about saying no to the things that you want to say no to. It's about aligning yourself, your activities, your day-to-day practices with exactly what you're wanting to do and not doing what other people expect you to do. This is a really tough thing. I realize that because we are in a society that we're supposed to say yes, we're supposed to people please. And, think about the people that you admire that are living their truth, that are living their authentic self, that are in alignment with everything that they do, everything that they put out into the world, whether it is a social media post or whether it's a book or a project or a movie or a show, whatever it is, that it is completely them. Like, what you see, what you hear, what you read is what you get. It's because they have become masters inside their mind, whether they realize it or not, on aligning with what is important to them and what is true to them, not what other people are wanting from them. In fact, there have been some people that I've seen, I've watched their journeys along the way, that you can see the shift of whenever they were doing things that people wanted them to do, and then all of a sudden they shifted into who they truly were or truly are, and you can see a difference. All of a sudden you resonate more with their messaging. You resonate with their service, their products, their shows, their whatever it is. It's so fascinating to me to see this. And that's why I find that alignment, of course, it can look boring from the outside, but it's so vitally important. And it's quite exciting when you start aligning yourself with everything that you're doing. When you start trusting what your needs are, what your boundaries are, and choosing that, that takes courage. That's about being brave and choosing yourself above everything else. Now, I'm not saying choosing yourself in a selfish way. I'm saying that if we don't take care of ourselves and if we're not in alignment and we're not inspired by our own activities, how can we be inspiring to other people? How can we guide other people to do the same? It's almost impossible. That's where the authentic alignment, my first book that I wrote, Authentic Alignment, that was one of the biggest things because, I've been a practitioner for many years and I have worked with alignment, physical alignment as a chiropractor. But what I started to realize over the years, and this is when I stepped into doing more mindset coaching and working with people on the emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual levels, because it was about the holistic alignment that I realized needed to happen in order for people to live their full potential, to feel better and live better. And that to me became my core message, my core mission in life. In every way that I can reach people in that way and help them, that is what the alignment is for me. And I just keep on choosing that over and over and over again. And that is what it can be for you as well. Choosing what your in alignment is takes courage. One step at a time, one choice at a time. And alignment isn't about doing everything right. It's not about perfection. It's about doing things that are true to you and knowing that in doing those things, it's all going to work out. It's going to work out the way it is. It's not about meeting anyone else's expectations. It's about staying true to your path. And although I know that we live in a society that may not encourage this all the time, I do feel like there's a shift happening in our world right now that is asking us to be more our own authentic selves. The world needs us to be unique. Each and every one of us has a unique gift and unique set of skills that we bring to this world to make it better, to help people, to inspire people, whatever it may be. And if we're not being authentically aligned with who we are and being true to that, then we're not able to really reach those people that need us. Again, alignment doesn't make sense to everyone. I get this. Whatever your alignment is, doesn't make sense. There's a lot of things that I've done in my own professional life and personal life that a lot of people have not understood and still don't understand, whether it's family or close friends, they still don't understand. But one thing is for sure that they see when you see someone that is choosing alignment, their own true alignment, you will see them start to flourish and fulfill things in their life and help and inspire other people and do what they came here to do and live their purpose. And it's very rare that you see it, but it's very powerful when you are able to step into that for yourself. And I know because you are here and sharing this conversation with me that you are somebody that is probably already living in alignment. Maybe you've been a little bit afraid to step up. I hope that this video has helped you in encouraging you to learn learn your boundaries, learn what it takes for you to feel in alignment and to take those steps, as small as they are or as big as they are, to take those steps step by step towards what you feel is you living your own truth. So that way it makes sense to you. At the end of the day, it makes sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. If this video resonated with you, I want to share with you a course that I've created to help people get reconnected with their true, authentic self. And it's called The Power of Breath. Breath work is one of the most important tools that you can learn to have some intentionality and consciousness around how you breathe, doing specific exercises to help energize you, bring you more vitality, get you into your creative juices flowing, also to give you better sleep quality. There's so many things that breathwork can do. If you're interested in that, please check the link below. Head over to our website, drashaprasad.com, and join us over there. Thank you so much. And until next time, trust your path, believe in yourself, and know that at the end of the day, it's only you that needs to make sense of what your alignment is. Thank you once again.